something to consider if you are thinking about getting a big rig like this. We're at Love's. Finding a place to fill up the generator is almost impossible.
Right, because your normal gas pumps are generally slam packed with people.
Right.
Usually there's 2 or 3 cars waiting in line to get fuel or gas.
If the generator ran on diesel, that would be awesome, because then you could fill up at the truck pumps.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, so we're back here. We've blocked 3/4 of the road in the front of us.
We're getting 3/4.
But we're getting fuel for our generator just in case. You never know if you're gonna need it or not. So that's what we're doing right now. But yeah, it's quite dusty out this way, and it's small. So now I gotta back up, pull out, go back around, and get fuel for the truck. Just something to consider if you're thinking about getting a big rig like this. Good morning, good morning. We stayed at a Harvest Host last night at Fort Stockton. It's basically like it's not really a brewery, but it's just like a little shed that people come and hang out at and serves drinks and stuff like that. But they have a pretty big spot open for people to come and stay. And only downside is that we had to actually back into this thing. If there wasn't somebody else here, we could probably, it's big enough to come in and pull around and then find a spot. But because somebody else was in here, we had to back in. And it was nighttime and there's signs, and yeah, it was fun. Pro tip, we actually turned on all of our lights, including the scare light, which is the LED strip that goes over top of the garage door. That helped out tremendously. So that was pretty nice. Downside is it's all dust. So we're tracking dust everywhere, including the stairs, everything. And another thing is there's some stray dogs that run around here, like 4 of them. If you leave your shoes outside, they'll chew them. If you walking your dogs out here, they'll come up to them. They seem to be friendly, but just be aware of that. Also, if you're not careful, you'll come down the wrong street and there's a huge ditch and you're not going to make it through with your RV. So the owner will send you some information once your Harvest Host is approved, and they'll give you everything you need to know. And it does say not to come down this road, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. It may not look like a big dip. There's a lot of scratch marks on there to prove that it is. No, we had a good night. We're gonna make the second leg of our trip today, and that's going all the way to San Antonio. Have you ever had to parallel park a 45-foot RV? I just did. Like, check this out. I mean, yes, there's quite a bit of space, but we stopped at a pull-off, and basically it's just like a roundabout that you just pull off on the side of the road and you stop. But
yeah, there's
no parking spaces.
It's not quite wide enough for 2 18-wheelers to be on both sides.
No, it's you either stop on the side or there's no parking spaces.
They should have widened it. There's plenty of space.
I know, but I got it. First try. Woo!
Proud of you.
Yay! With great help. Somebody guiding the way.
I didn't do much.
Yeah. Stop. Hey, we're gonna stop here for lunch, and then we're gonna be on our way.
That's fun.
Good, how are you?
Everyone on board U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
Everybody else in the trailer?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You have a good one, thank you.
Thank you. We are at Medina Lake.
Medina Lake, there is no lake.
There's no lake. We're just at Medina. It's just Medina. It's not Medina Lake.
The website, the pictures, they all show a lake.
There's no lake.
There's none. It's all dried up.
But we do have a pretty awesome site,
We have a pretty awesome view.
despite it being nice and warm.
I say it's really hot.
We have a pretty good view of the lake bed.
Yes, the lake bed and the mountains. So we were told that these mountains is where the sun sets. So we wanted to come over here so we could see some awesome sunsets at
Yep.
nighttime.
Even though we have no shade in our big, dark-colored
So let's talk
RV.
about that for a second, because we chose to not have shade.
Yep.
There are trees that we could park under.
They're short.
Well, they are short, but the problem is that it's Texas and it's April, which
Storm.
means that it's storm season.
Yes.
Tornado season. And we really did not want to be under a tree during a storm like that.
Let's not speak that into existence.
Right. There isn't any on the radar right now. Doesn't mean that it won't happen.
Right.
So, better be safe than sorry and park where there is no trees.
Yep. But we got it on. We got 50 amp. That means 3 ACs are running. It's 95 degrees. It's supposed to be in the mid 90s.
I haven't turned on the bedroom one.
I already did.
Okay.
It's supposed to be mid 90s all day, all this week, and then it drops next week.
Yes.
Downside is there's no hookup down here and there's no honey wagon service. That means we're gonna have to.
We have to either conserve water, or we'll have to move.
But we're here for 2 weeks, so that first option ain't gonna work. Just ordered the Rhino 21 gallon. It's small enough to sit in the back of the truck, so it doesn't take up a ton of space. But it'll let us boondock a little bit longer, just a little bit longer. Water capacity, freshwater capacity isn't our problem. The shower gray tank capacity is the weakest link at this point. So now that we got our batteries upgraded, we have enough water. We need to be able to dump the fresh water. And I'm only going to use this for gray water. I don't use it for the black tank at all, or will not use it for the black tank. But super excited. Yeah, you know you're an RVer when you get excited over a portable poop carrier. Just saying. But yeah, we'll probably have to test this out today to take some gray water after everybody's done with their showers, because we don't have full hookups at this site. But it'll be nice that won't be a problem anymore. Tell us what's going on beside you there.
Oh, our ceiling trim fell down. It's only held on with really thin brad nails, and they don't have any grip. So, you know, with it being up in the ceiling, it just vibrated right out. So
We went down some bumpy roads.
they vibrated the camper a lot.
Yeah.
So I remember I told you to slow down. I was like, that vibration is gonna hurt something. It did.
Yep. Pulled our trim,
Right out the ceiling.
ceiling trim right down. You know how when you're in a house and you start hearing that blasted beep, stupid smoke detector chirps? Both of our smoke detectors,
Up in the nose.
yeah, the batteries went dead. Of course, they went dead yesterday when we were trying to sleep at a harvest host
Yes.
with no way of, like, I wasn't unhooking and going to get it or anything.
So it was last night.
So
And
it's right over Nick's head.
And so it's been beeping all day.
There it goes.
But now that we're here, we're gonna try. I'm on my phone. I'm trying to find a store.
Okay.
So we can,
Well, we know there's a Dollar General down there.
oh yeah, there's a Dollar General. That's the closest store.
We can go find something. This is our first night here in Texas. Our first night in Texas. It's so loud. Our truck is just getting pelted right now. The camper can withstand. The truck is it's got to be getting dented. I mean, I don't even know. That's crazy.
It looks like marbles. Those are bigger than a half inch.
Oh my gosh.
It's after they're melting.
Yeah, these are after it's melting. So our first hailstorm,
It's our first one in the camper. Yes.
and it sounds like this thing's a bag of popcorn going off.
But you know what? I'm so glad we have those slide toppers, because it was not that bad
Yeah, over the slide.
over the slides.
I was laying in bed actually, and I hear tink.
Yeah, because it's 10 minutes
Tink.
till midnight.
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty late, but that's the first time we've had hail. That was sad that you sit here because there's nothing you can do.
Nope, just sitting here working, and that's all we can
Just
hear.
wait for the popcorn to finish, and then
Yes.
go check the bag outside. Oh my goodness! And it's the first night here in Texas.
Well,
We
did-
haven't had rain. We haven't had a thunderstorm in like 2-3 months. Since January.
January.
Since January, we haven't
came through Texas.
we haven't dealt with this. in a while. I'm going back to the southeast. I'm going back. I'll take the 110 degrees.
I know, because we're heading back east where they're going to be there all summer long.
Yep, I'll take the 110, 115 degrees.
We had 2 rainy days the whole time we've been in Arizona.
Yeah, I know. Arizona was good to us. Today we are exploring San Antonio.
We are at the Riverwalk.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to go find
We're going to go find the Riverwalk. Then we're going to go explore the Alamo and a couple other things that's in the city. But today is all about San Antonio.
When you go to the Alamo, the church, the parish, is free to get in, but you do have to reserve a time slot because they limit the amount of people that go in the building. And then they have like an hour-long guided tour that you can sign up for as well, but they were booked for the weekend, so we're just going to explore it ourselves.
We're going to explore ourselves, but we did get tickets to go in.
In the church, yeah.
However, you cannot record, you can't do anything, and you can't even take pictures in there.
Yep.
So
no phones, no cameras, no nothing.
as soon as we go out, or as soon as we go in and come back out, we will just kind of give you a recap of what we saw in there. I mean, how cool is this? How cool is this? You like it?
He's running away.
You like it?
I love it. I mean, we
We're
just
at
got
Selena's Cafe.
Oh, we are?
Hard Rock Cafe.
Sweet.
It's where Selena's star is.
Oh, we're gonna have to definitely see that.
Yeah. So her Hollywood star is here by the Hardwood Cafe, but I don't know if it's on the other side or if it's on the actual Riverwalk.
Yeah.
So we have to go find it.
Okay. Well,
So Michaela can get a picture.
this is such a neat place that we haven't experienced something like this in a city. Like, I'm sure there's other places that are something similar, but like
It's very unique to San Antonio.
right. And it's like a 15-mile loop, right?
Yeah, the whole river is 15 miles. I think it's only like 5-mile stretch on both sides though.
Yeah.
And then I think these boats are like $13 a person or $15 a
It'd be pretty
person.
cool to kind of get a check out the
to do a tour.
the tour.
Yeah, he said give it a couple hours and there'll be people lining up and down the sides yelling at the boats as they go by.
Oh, really?
As what one of the guys just said.
That's pretty cool. When we started this journey, it's like 72 degrees outside. The sun is intense now. Except for like in the shade where the Riverwalk is, of course. I mean, that's really nice, but standing in direct sunlight, it's getting warm.
Well, better than Elton John.
All right, some things we learned about the Riverwalk.
We weren't
Very few bathrooms.
on it very long because we only had an hour before we had to get to the Alamo. So we did explore for an hour.
Yeah, we walked around. There's only 3 public restrooms
Yes.
on the loop.
Yeah, on the loop. And then if you, like, we went to a Starbucks to get a tea, so of course they have a bathroom.
Yep.
So if you participate in the store, they might let you use the bathroom, but there's no public bathrooms in all the different areas.
Right. Bunch of restaurants,
Tons of restaurants.
all types of food. Like, you can, if you're going down there for like nightlife, I think it would probably be awesome.
Yeah, and then also you have the different little shops and ice cream and Italian ices, and then of course there's your bars and the pubs and things like that too.
Yeah, we had ice cream at Justin's Ice Cream. It was really good.
Yeah. You had mint chocolate chip. Michaela had butter pecan.
Yep, it was really good.
Yeah, and then we walked up to the main level so we could come to the Alamo.
Came down Houston Street.
Yep, which takes you straight to the Alamo. So that's where we're standing right now. Is right outside the gates.
Yep.
Or the, I guess, wall.
Yeah.
To the Alamo, and then we're right by the Emily Morgan Hotel.
Emily Morgan Hotel, and then the United States Post Office and Courthouse, which are really big. Right in this area, kind of has, we were talking about, it has a DC
Feel.
feel.
Because we're from Virginia, so it's like us walking around Washington D.C.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it definitely has a DC feel, especially when you get into around the Alamo. It's kind of like the monuments
the
and
parks,
and stuff like that. Everybody's just kind of sitting around on the sidewalks.
just relaxing under the trees.
Yeah. All right, so we have tickets to go see the Alamo, but you can walk around and look all you want.
Right.
But to go inside the church area,
The mission. Yep.
yeah, you have to have the ticket. So we're gonna go do that now, and then we'll let you guys know how that is.
Now I will say that if you come, look at the weather. If it's going to be sunny, bring a hat and sunscreen and water,
Yeah.
because it gets quite hot walking, and
Even today, 80 degrees and it's hot.
Yeah, and unless you're going to stop at one of the restaurants to sit down and eat, there's not like a lot of places for you to grab a drink.
Right.
So
It's a good call. Yeah, definitely remember that. Remember that and remember the Alamo. If we can find it.
if we can find it, that's right there. So
All right, everyone, we found the Alamo. Check that out. Look at that. It's just so much history here. The fact that RV life affords us to be able to drive around the country and find little treasures like this, it's gonna be pretty cool. Too bad we can't go in there and actually record, but at the same time, just being able to being here and being able to see this and show it to you guys is a privilege. So let's go check out some more. What was it like inside the church? We gotta tell our viewers.
very old.
Wow. What an astute observation. And she's got the hiccups.
I can't.
It's just a big open room, and when you walk in, it has 2 rooms on the sides, and then you walk around the outside, and it shows the names of the people that passed away defending the Alamo. There's not a whole lot to it inside. It doesn't cost anything to go in, so
It does have a model
yeah, a model of like the grounds.
of what it looked like when it was fully here.
Yeah, before the fire and everything.
Before everything destroyed it.
Yep.
And then when you come through the exit of it, there's a gift shop where you can get drinks or snacks or t-shirts.
Yeah. T-shirts. I always get T-shirts.
And she always gets magnets
Yeah.
and pennies. There's like 4 different penny machines in there.
She's got the hiccups so bad.
I woke up with them and I've had them all day.
Interesting.
The grounds are beautiful.
Yeah.
Tons of live oak trees for shade.
Worth coming?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's free. It's free to come.
Right.
So why not? Why not come see a piece of history and enjoy all this scenic views that it has and learn something at the same time?
That's right. Yep, definitely recommend.
So I don't know if the hour tour would be worth $40 or not. So if you're interested and you like to do the live tours,
Yep.
that's an option for
And
you.
they're building like a new exhibit hall too.
They are. Yep. The exhibit hall is in process. I don't know when it will be open.
True.
So it might be 5 years.
Definitely worth coming.
But we'll check it out next time we're in town.
It was really nice, really cool, really, like you get a lot of knowledge.
How much Shirley's are you gonna say?
Really.
Really.
Yeah, you get a lot of information.
Yeah. Ton of information.
Yep.
Especially if you read the plaques. Like I think the walking tour, if you don't like to read, the walking tour would be great for you because then you don't have to stop and read everything.
Sure.
Because like Nicholas was like, I'm done reading.
So we had a great time. We got to see the Riverwalk. We got to see the Alamo.
Yes. I would like to come back and do the Riverwalk at nighttime.
Yes. Yeah, I think that'd be really pretty. And do like dinner or something there.
Yeah. Maybe one day after work.
Yep. Hey, and I found the Alamo Parking just by going to my map on my iPhone and just typing Alamo Parking.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a parking lot named Alamo Parking.
There's actually three different locations for the parking. When you get here, it's $20 for 10 hours and $30 for 24.
And it doesn't let you pick less than 10 hours.
Yeah, it doesn't let you pick less than 10 hours.
So $20 for parking.
Yep. So it's you can pay.
So it's not free.
You can pay by texting, or you can pay by going to parkpass.io to pay for it. You can your license plate number and pay.
Yep.
But as we were walking, we actually found another public parking lot that's $15 for the day. So it's half. Well, at least
Half price.
I think it's for the day, but
Yeah.
it's half price of what we paid here. But I don't know. I think if we were coming to spend an entire day, I mean,
This is fine.
This is all stuff that's free. So.
It was really close. This parking lot was really close to both things.
Yeah, I think if they didn't charge you for parking, then you'd have to pay to get in these things.
You got less than half a mile walk down a really easy road with no hills.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean,
really nice.
It's bicycle friendly. It's handicap accessible. Like everything has ramps and things to it. So it's not like you have to do steps or anything like that. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that does it for this week's video, guys. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like it, make sure you subscribe.
And hit the bell so you know if I release our next video.
Till the next strange adventure.
Keep making your own.